I'm Kevin. Jay-Z is to my right. Gordon to my left. Busy week in track and field.
Oh, yeah.
To talk about.
So busy. So much track.
All the things happening at
World
one
Cup,
time.
Yes, World Cup, Diamond League, U20s.
Wimbledon.
Abounds. Wimbledon.
The other World Cup.
Both World Cup. The lesser of the two World Cups happened.
Yes.
It's just been a busy week in sports in general.
That's right. But I think the biggest news in the sporting world just happened this morning.
No.
And I think
That's not the biggest news in the sport.
your boy, Kawhi Leonard,
just
got traded to Toronto for DeMar DeRozan. What are your thoughts on that?
I woke out. Not the image, Gordon. Did you make that? Did you make that?
I did not make that.
Oh my God.
But
This
what are your
was so
thoughts?
premeditated.
I was devastated.
Yeah?
I mean, we knew it was coming from a long way out. Didn't know when it would happen, so when it actually does happen, feels a little strange.
So you're dealing with the stages of grief. Like,
I'm
where are you?
glad he did not. Oh, in terms of the stages of grief?
Yeah, where are you right now?
Still in denial. Maybe he'll fail his physical and come back to the Spurs. I'm one of the Spurs fans who thinks they can still work it out. Him and Pop can sit down, have a nice bottle of wine, fix everything. The one silver lining, it's a very small one, is he didn't go to the Lakers, he didn't go to the Sixers. So that I'm happy about. Sixers still relegated to, well now, and also Raptors better than the Sixers.
That's not true. No.
In the
No.
East. So
No.
Philadelphia loses again. I'm sorry, Gordon.
Whatever. Let's talk about track.
Let's start the show. Yeah, see, I turned that on you. Let's start the show going backwards. We had the Rabat Diamond League, what we mentioned, the World Cup. We had the U20s. Winners of the week, though. Let's just pick one because there was so much to choose from. I'll go first. My big winner, because there were some questions around this guy, and he's a world record holder, and you don't really see that often. A guy sets a world record in the winter, and then we're not 100% sure on what his status is just a couple months later, and that's Christian Coleman, who ran 9.98. There he is flexing in Rabat, and it wasn't so much the time, guys, it's who he beat.
Yeah.
Was able to hold off Mike Rogers.
Look at that watch on his
Ronnie Baker. Yes, the watch. That's at least a tenth of a second
Yes.
right there. Baker, Lyles, Rogers all ran really strong races. 10:01 was Rogers, and he was fourth. 9:99, Noah Lyles. Someone get his split in the last 30.
Oh, my God.
It was preposterous. And then Baker was at the same time. But I think it's just a great result for Coleman all around because he proved the hamstring is back to 100%, looked much better than he did in Rome when he ran a 10:0. Is he back to where he was last year? Probably not at this point, but I think that's fine. It's a non-championship year, and at least he's trending in that right direction.
I would agree with that. I still thought Lyles was the winner, though, with his pre-race introduction.
The pre-race
Oh,
introduction.
yes, absolutely. Did anybody find out what the name of that meme is?
I don't know. It's an old meme.
Yeah.
It's a very old meme. Man, memes
Big
are
throwback.
Memes are on the mind of everyone.
Are memes out now?
I don't know. It's an old meme, though.
Jenny, your winner of the week.
Brianna Williams. The way she put away that field in the final 50 meters of that 200 was incredible. I think that she's really in a class of her own. And also the fact that she came out and took down Tanisha Terry in that 100. I mean, she was the heavy favorite going into it. Everyone thought this girl's going to win it. She had a great year for USC. But she came out, and she's 16 years old, you guys. 16.
She could be in this meet again in 2 years.
Yes.
She'll still
Yes.
be U20 by then.
And I think you mentioned this in your pro recap, but it's hard to tell who's going to have staying power when they come out so strong this young. But I think that I agree with you. I think she's going to be out on the market for a long time.
Sure.
Taking names.
Yeah, a little bit Allison Felix there, I'd say. Not necessarily the style in which
Hey,
she
guys, we
runs.
need to let's pump the brakes on this, right?
But Felix,
I've
you
seen
can't
a-
discount every phenom early, and I think Felix and Richards Ross are the counters to people who are like, well, if they're good early, then that means they might flame out. Also, she has someone coaching her who
Yeah.
knows a little bit about the
Otto
whole
knows.
long-term
I know.
thing. I don't, yeah, exactly. I don't think Otto's whole mastermind game plan for Brianna Williams is to go all in on the U20 when she's 16. I think this is going to be that first thing that we see that leads to greatness later on. And Jamaica needs a sprint star right now.
No, I agree. I just think that, there have been some big sprint performances by young women in the past 5
Right.
years, and they're not the ones who are dominating right now. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to put my money on the Williams 2020 run.
Okay.
So
That's fair. That's fair. Your winner of the week.
My winner of the week is America, because America wins every week, and they win the World Cup. That's right. Not only did they go undefeated in the Soccer World Cup, they won the
Waiting for
Athletics
that
World
joke.
Cup.
No
They went
losses.
It's counting down for it.
They went 2 for 2. What a run. I mean, I will
Pretty
admit,
memorable. What was
it
your favorite race?
I remember them all. They were so memorable.
Pick one.
People jumped through, ran really fast. It was
Yeah.
great. I think my most memorable one was the one, I didn't watch any of it, I'll be honest. I mean, I was
True
kind of,
track
it was
fan
cool
right here.
seeing Clayton Murphy beating
Adam Schott.
Adam Schott was pretty impressive. Because Schott's legit. He's like
World indoor champ.
yeah, and I think Schott is he's gonna. Did he medal at World Outdoors last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
he's a player.
he's a player. And he's kind of very similar in Clayton Murphy, where he's not going to go out and run like a 141, but can kind of have that really
he's
good
a
kick.
gamer.
So I think it was a good win for Murphy. I do think the meet kind of wasn't as interesting. You talked about it in an article because, hey, stop trying to make teams happen. I think individuals is what the sport. People weren't going about Team Jamaica. They were going about Usain Bolt. They weren't talking about Team USA. It was Allison Felix. So I just think we need to stop trying to make teams happen.
It was tough too because the men's 100, right? If any event is accessible to everybody, it's probably the men's 100, men's 100, women's 100, and of all the 8 countries that sent people, like literally none of them sent their number one because you could have had a Christian Coleman versus Akini Simbine versus Jimmy Vico versus CJ Uja matchup
Versus Jamaican athlete.
Yeah, versus Jamaican athlete to be named later because they don't have a 100-meter star right now on the men's side. But we didn't, Bing Tian Su of China, who's broken 10 this year, but like none of them
Showed up.
were there. So I think that's case in point to what you're
But
saying.
America still won. That's all that matters.
They got the W. When is the last, actually I was gonna say, when's the last time they've lost an international competition? Like on these sort of contrived team things that US always seems to come out on top when there is a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but US,
1 through 8.
That's a trivia question. Answer in the comments.
US also has an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Because we're the best.
Population. I was gonna say China has a lot of people too. All right, let's look ahead to this week.
What's extreme patriotism called again?
It's after
Jingoism?
after
I'm
Gordon's.
proud of Clayton Murphy in America. And
It's the only race Gordon watched.
Cameron Burrell.
There
Cameron
you go,
Burrell's
there you go.
anchor in that 4
Oh
round
yeah, that was
Who
good.
ran the 100 for the men for the U.S.?
Oh, Kendall Williams.
There you go.
Georgia.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Monaco is on Friday. London is on Saturday and Sunday. Who needs one Diamond League when you can have back-to-back Diamond Leagues? We're going to run through both of them real quick. We'll start with just one athlete to watch first in Monaco or an event to watch. Women's steeple. Keep it on the women's steeple. 8 women in history have run under 9 minutes and 5 seconds. One of them is retired. The other one is under suspicion for doping. The other 6 are in this race. 2 of them are right there. Courtney Frerichs, Emma Coburn versus 4 Kenyan women, including Celphine Chespool, who just ran at the U20 championships for whatever reason. She won. Big surprise. Ki Ying is also there. So the women's steeple, I don't think they're going to go fast enough to challenge Jabet's record of low 850s, but that race could go quick enough to drag Frerichs and Coburn to an American record.
Are we seeing sub 9
We could
for Frerichs or Coburn?
we could see sub 9, and I'm
We
just
could see. I want to know what you. Don't say we could.
I'm gonna say we're gonna see sub 9.
We're going to.
We will.
I'm going to say we're going to see a 901, so we're going to get an American record, but not sub 9.
Okay.
I had to be different.
That's
You
good.
took the take.
It's her turn.
Frerichs-
She's encountered so much adversity so far this season, with like bad situations occurring in races. I'm just
agree.
gonna give it to her this
I
time.
agree. But Frerichs v. Coburn in and of itself is just fascinating because those 2 were pretty close.
Yep.
Pretty close in Des Moines. Jay-Z, you're up next. Monaco race to watch.
Yes, so the women's 400 is loaded. And Shawna Miller-Weibo is coming off a really hot 200. So I think that's going to be really exciting to see her transfer all that speed over into this race. Also, Salah Nasser is going to be there. And she's been hot, dropping sub 50s like nothing. Also, Jessica Beard. She is one to watch and also one of your under-the-radar athletes.
For sure, yeah.
And also Shakima Whibley, who currently has the world lead. So it's going to be a very
And even
quick
say
race.
Francis.
Oh,
Phyllis
yeah.
Francis.
And Phyllis Francis, reigning
champion.
world champion. Yes,
Hey,
sorry.
no one talked about her before World Championships and she won,
yeah.
so she probably prefers that role. That's fascinating. Yeah, Nasser 4 times this year, under 50, but Wembley's that X factor.
Yeah.
I wanted to build it up as Miller-Weibo v. Nasser, but you have to include
Yes.
Wembley in a
She's the world leader.
in a championship setting too. She had rounds before that, so women's 4 should be fun.
Yes.
And Nasser Miller-Weibo, this will only be the 3rd time they've run.
Guys,
Yep,
can
correct.
I
jump in.
Can I make Jay-Z's take not as good?
No, you can't.
Jump
There's
in with
no
something.
Allison Felix. There's no Lina Irby. There's no someone named Sydney McLaughlin. So I'm not watching.
Who's your
You're not watching.
I'm turning my back on that.
I want to see those 3 women in it. That's all.
That's a bad take. This is going to be a fast race. Probably going to
No,
produce
it's a good
new world
take
lead.
because if those 3 women are in it, that race would be much
Well, even
better.
be even better, but based on Worlds
Gordon,
last
yeah,
year,
you could
have
just
the-
be like, oh, I'm calling up people from
have
that
the
are
go-
retired then.
Well,
and
not
throwing-
retired. These people aren't retired. Sydney is 19. She's not retired.
But there was no
She's
expectation that
she's
she was going to
18.
run this race.
Yeah.
Look, you have Nasser, who was bronze medalist last year. You have, or sorry, silver medalist
Yeah,
last
she's
year.
silver.
Because Felix is bronze. You have Miller Rabel, who probably would have won gold, except she stumbled down the stretch. And then you have Wembley, the up-and-comer, and you have Francis, who got gold. So you have 4 of the top, 6, even if you want to include those women in there. Who's your person?
Sydney's a Bowerman final.
Who's your person
my
so we can
God.
pick it apart? Who's your person?
Yeah.
My person is the one and only Michael Cerrone.
All right,
That's right.
let us pick this one apart.
Playing the type here. Gordon
No.
goes with a mid-distance runner.
Michael Cerrone, UTEP phenom, not named Emmanuel Courier.
Phenom. Okay, go ahead.
He didn't win. He didn't win outdoors, but I think it's because it was raining and he just doesn't know how to.
This is a wonderful
He
photo.
doesn't know how to deal with outdoor
That is a good
conditions.
photo.
But
Is that Kirby's?
I went to UTEP a few months ago before
You asked him about this
outdoors.
race?
I was talking to their coach. I was like comparing Cerrone versus Courier because Courier is all going to be great, and he thinks that there's not really much separation between the two. And if Courier is the guy who we look at as like unbeatable, Cerrone, once he figures out how to race and goes into a race that's not the way NCAAs was laid out, I think Cerrone is going to go out. He's going to win. He's going to run 143 low, maybe even flirt with the 142 high, because Cerrone is good.
All that
That's
build
my
up.
justification.
Facts.
No.
Amazing conclusion there.
I mean, when Paul Ehring is telling you, like,
I agree, but look, it's been.
do you know what Paul Ehring told me? Paul Ehring said.
Paul Ehring told you that he's as fast as
No,
Emmanuel
Paul
Courier.
Ehring said
Emmanuel Courier.
that
A coach
Cerrone-
told you his athlete was the best. How shocking.
No. He said that if Cerrone would have been allowed to run at Worlds last year, because he should have been, because he got third at the trials, he would have won the final.
I'm interested.
Especially the way that the race played out.
Look, I'm interested in seeing him run. If for nothing else, then he didn't run well at NCAAs, and now we're what, 4 or 5 weeks later? Has he run anything since then?
No.
Yeah, so that is fascinating in of itself. Drew Windle also in that race, he's taken some time off. He didn't run.
He hasn't run since Portland
USC.
Track
Yeah.
Festival.
No,
where?
he's run like some European meets.
Yeah, but he dropped out of USA.
Oh,
is what we're
yeah.
talking
You're
about.
right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, Cerrone, watch out for it. And will he be wearing UTEP or Nike kit or something else? Maybe he's going pro. That's a storyline.
Yeah, it is a storyline.
London will be the day
What
after
block
that.
is this? This is the D block.
We are in the D block, folks. Welcome to the D block. Again, race to watch or athlete to watch. I'm going to stick with the men's sprints here. Men's 100, you have Baker versus Coleman again. I think we're taking for granted the fact that the best men in the world are racing each other a bunch this year.
Yeah.
And in the Usain Bolt
Seriously.
era, we would have begged and pleaded and been so thankful for it. And just because it's happening with all Americans and just because it's happening with people who aren't as fast as Usain Bolt doesn't mean it's any less cool. So we saw
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Lyles has thrown himself in that race. Coleman coming back. I mean, it would have been easy for Coleman to be like, you know what, my hamstring, it doesn't feel great.
Yep.
This is non-championship year. I'm going to chill. But he's going out there and running
I'm
week
proud of
after
him.
week after week. I'm proud of track and field. This makes me
too.
excited
Well, I think
about track and field.
I feel like Baker, Coleman, and Lyles, they're okay. They're fine with losing.
Yeah.
They don't have that fear of needing to have perfection. Like for some reason, and I think the reason why is because they haven't
got to the point in their career
they haven't
yet where
created like a dynasty of their ability yet. So they're okay.
But I
to have
also
a
think
loss.
that's kind of lame. If you get to a point where you're like, oh, I can't enter that race because there's the small chance I could lose. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes all the fun out of it.
Well, but the thing is, your brand is for Usain Bolt and Justin Gatlin types is like
Yeah.
the brand is you can't lose, especially Bolt. Bolt pulled out of a lot of races because he knew he was going to lose.
But it's the fans suffer as a result.
Well, yeah, but
Well, look, and we could get to that point with these three guys because you have Lyles who just turned 21 today.
Yeah,
Happy
he's got
birthday, by
time.
the way, Noah. Coleman is what, 22?
Some 22, 23.
Baker is 23, 24?
Yeah.
So they could get to the point where they become the guy, and then they're never going to want to be in a race because they can lose. But right now they're all fighting to be that guy. So they're showing up every week, and they're just saying,
yeah, that's a good point.
we're going to race. And I think it's not something we should take for granted, especially in a non-championship year. It's keeping it going.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to take that mantle heading into the championship year.
Yeah, it's just so much fun because we don't know who's going to win between Coleman and Baker. It's going to be an awesome race. And regardless of who wins, it's not like you think any less. I get what you're saying, and I think you're 100% right in terms of the aura of Bolt. But it's like if Bolt went out there and ran like a really good race during that time and got beat, I mean, only stupid people would have been like, oh, Bolt's dead. Like the rest of us would appreciate, he's not 100%. You still show up and see what you can do. Jenny, your race. Hurdles.
Yes, so
Hurdles.
it's going to be a hurdlepalooza.
Yes.
Oh my God, we're going to have both Harrisons. We're going to have Kenny and Queen. And we're going to have Shriek and Elvis, Christina Manning, Corey Carter, Toby Amasan. It's going to be super fast. Currently, the world lead is, 12:38?
12:38 by McNeil, yeah.
Yeah, by McNeil. So this is going to be a really good matchup. Kenny Harrison, she's going to need to get a good wind legal time.
Yeah,
in order to challenge her for that.
She's got a 12:37, but windy. Do you think the world record's under threat this? Like, could we see a late run for the women?
I don't think so. Just because the person who is going to be, obviously the one to do it would be Harrison. I know McNeil's been like kind of knocking on the door there a little bit, but they haven't been consistent enough, like sub, 12.4 to get there, I think. But
all right, Gordon, you gonna go with a 800-meter runner?
Oh yeah. My other UTEP star, Emmanuel Courier. That is what I want to see.
In London.
In London. He's going to run well.
Do you think he's going to watch Michael Cerrone in Monaco and be inspired?
He's going to watch it. He's going to look for my tweet about it and be like, hey, what did Gordon say about it?
But no. What was their camaraderie like when you were out there at UTEP with them?
Are they tight? Uh-oh.
Oh, no, they're fine. I mean, they're training together. They're not like...
Gordon's facial expression there.
They're working. They're
you heard it here first, folks.
They're on a job. I mean, are we tight?
Rumor mill.
It's the same like we are.
You texted me this morning about Kawhi, so you have to be a close friend to do that.
That's true. But
Gordon, I legitimately thought something bad happened to Kevin.
I know. I was.
You were like, I'm praying for you, Kevin.
And I told him I was going to go for a long walk by the river.
I texted him separately. I'm like, Gordon, what's going on with Kevin?
Guys.
Did you say what actually happened?
Yeah, I said what happened.
He just went LOL. Oh. And then I was like, this is a joke.
Guys, all right. I'm going to look at the last time Emmanuel Courier has lost a freaking race.
This segment is called Gordon Goes on Tila Stepaja.
Guys.
Shout out to Tila Stepaja, by the way.
The last time Emmanuel Courier has lost a race was Worlds in the semifinals.
Okay.
But this year,
I'm here for it.
The
guy
guy just is running 44.2s in the 400 hurdles, not 400 hurdles, in the 400, and then he
look out Samba.
Yeah.
He won the Millerose in 144 on an indoor
awesome.
track. He won the Diamond League at Doha in 145. He won the Prefontaine after falling in 145. The guy is going to destroy, and I said it, and I'll say it again. 2020, he's running 139.99.
When did you say that the last time?
I said it at my New Year's resolution.
Wait. Your New Year's resolution? Your New Year's resolution is someone else's goal?
That's a very Gordon thing. Wait,
it's on the internet. So
go back.
2020 was 139.99.
You made this prediction
December of 2017.
Did he retweet it? If he didn't retweet it, it doesn't count.
I told him in person, hey, I made his prediction. He smiled. He's like,
nonverbal communication.
I mean, he wants to break the world record, but I think that
really, so do I. Didn't work out. You can see a video on that next week of me trying to run an AAE record.
Anyway, but
wait, 139?
I said 139.99.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here second, folks.
And in 2020, I picked a specific time.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. But
oh, do we want to do this again?
I don't know what we're betting.
I don't know
what
we're
not allowed to bet. This is a family show.
But back to
what you're talking about.
Courier, yeah, I think it's gonna be fun to see him watch. He hasn't raced since Prefontaine. Oh no, he's run a few 400s.
You're gonna talk more about him later.
I know.
Look at the rundown here. More career coming up.
Yeah, I think he's going to also run fast. I think that the highlight of the weekend is going to be Airing's boys both running 143s or better.
All right. Let's step back a little bit. There's been a lot of news in the NCAA ranks. The coaching carousel is in full motion.
Oh, yes.
As we saw.
In warp speed, in fact.
Coaches moving from one high-profile program to the other. Some high school coaches getting promoted to college positions. You get a look at the names and the faces right there. Gordon, you wanna break this down here, what we're looking at?
So it started with the Pals. No, it started with Metcalf. Metcalf left UW. I think he went to the Great Lakes somewhere area, but right now he's just chilling out there in Alaska, or Canada at least.
Wrong way for Alaska.
Across the border. And then as soon as that happened, the floodgates opened. You had Edric going to Texas. You had Pete Watson going to Texas, and Patty Sue Plummer going to Texas. And as a result, Herbster and Sanja Buford Bailey.
Tanja.
Sanja, the 400-meter runner, it's the same thing. Tanja Buford Bailey and Herbster are out in Hawaii right now, chilling, waiting to find a new job. But I think the crazy thing is the Pals going to UW, and then as a result, Virginia Tech losing their star distance coach, who had a great past few years with Hannah Green, Rachel Chukowski, Neo Gorodi, Drew Piazza.
Try those names again.
A bunch of people. They won the DMR. It's kind of funny. If you look at the indoor results and the outdoor results, all the Virginia Tech men beat the Oregon Milers.
Yeah.
They are all one better than them, which is kind of cool. So it's a huge upgrade for Oregon. Not upgrade because Powell's still a great coach, but they maintain a place where their milers are going to get the best training they can.
Yeah.
It's interesting too. You're replacing 2 with 1. I wonder if we're going to see another hire there,
I don't think
or if
so.
they're just
I think
going to.
it's
I mean,
combined.
really?
Yeah.
Combine the program 100%. Well, even who's the assistant, right? You need that's a big group.
That's true.
And that's a lot of responsibility.
It's not Matt Centrowitz.
You're right. Mount Centrowitz, volunteer
Oh
assistant
yeah, you didn't put his face on there.
at UW.
He's not a
You
coach
could have
yet.
gone DC to Washington.
You're right, though. Look, if you're thinking of going to Oregon or you've already committed to Oregon and having some questions, Ben Thomas walks in and is like, hey, this is who I've had just over the last 2 years. Gorley, Cietti, Pokraski, Green, Piazza, Zarate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, the amount of athletes he's gotten to finals is incredible. They got that DMR win, like we talked about, first in program history.
And it was even more impressive because they run the DMR and they all ran like mile prelims.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they all like were all
3 of them made the mile final.
Yeah,
and
they're fit.
And then they all became all Americans in the mile. Like so, they had like a
Yeah, and Oregon needed some stability. There's a lot of uncertainty for a program that prides itself on really being buttoned up, really running things as a tight ship. Like, they needed someone to come in there to kind of calm the waters. I think he's the perfect guy for it. The interesting thing you mentioned, we could complete the triangle here. So we have
show the graphic again.
yeah. So we have Edric Floreal going from
Or not.
Kentucky, Kentucky. I remember it. It's like this. So Edric goes from Kentucky to Texas, right? Then,
Oh, here we go.
Then Lonnie Green there goes from Purdue
To Kentucky.
to Kentucky. So Tanja, who is the interim at Texas,
Chilling in Hawaii right now. Could make her way to Purdue.
she has ties in the Midwest.
She does. Illinois. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know who do you think?
I mean,
do you guys think?
that would make sense. I feel like she would fit in well there. But I'm sure she wants to figure out what she truly wants to do. She doesn't want to just take a job just because maybe she waits out a year and there's a new job opening that she likes even better in 2019. So I don't know.
What about Pete Watson hire? What do you guys think?
I think he's good. Virginia has had some good cross country performances. We'll see how he does. I think it's interesting that they're now splitting the program for
Right.
Texas because
Yeah.
right now Brad Herbster was men and women. Now it's 2. So look, they combined it at Oregon and they split it at Texas.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, Patty Sue Plummer coming from, she had coached at Stanford with Edric a while
Yep.
ago, but most recently a high school coach. So pretty interesting. Obviously, very famous runner.
I mean, strong choice all around, and also it's just great that she has the chemistry already with Edric, and
Yeah.
she's going to do great things with the program, I think.
You know what it's time for?
What's the time for?
The final block.
The F
block.
Need
we need some
rock
like,
music.
Graphics.
The ICYMI block. In case you missed it, block.
Gordon, bring your
TCBY troops?
guitar next time.
I will. I'll bring my guitar.
A couple things you might have missed in the running world. You probably didn't miss this though. This was the running video of all,
the
or
week.
track and
Yep.
field video of all track and field.
Let's just
videos.
play it.
Here's Baptiste Bourire. He's skateboard vaulting
Boom.
6.17 meters.
What's the
for
world record?
Bourire. The world record is 6.18 by Renaud Lavillenie. Now Baptiste himself is an accomplished pole vaulter, but his personal best is not 6.17.
I wouldn't. I think.
It's 5.65 is his best. So a couple things going on here. Number one, just look at the.
Well, it shows
But
that.
this is really impressive balance on his part. Like, and then he moved to the front of the board to actually for his takeoff. Did you see that? He
Yeah.
moved his feet, shifted to the front of the board. I mean,
It shows that speed impacts your height, right?
Well, of
so
course.
That means if Renault.
Jesus.
If we put Renault on like
Yes.
a rocket, is he like jumping 8 meters?
Well, no, if we put Renault on this,
On
I think
this?
he's going close to 7.
Yeah.
Because Renault always does the daredevil things anyway. And
So
then
Renault's got to see this and be like, hey, I can jump
Yeah,
7
he's-
meters now. He's
This
gotta
dude
do
he
it.
has to be intrigued by this performance.
this dude is getting basically right at Renault's PB with all this assistance.
Yeah.
And this guy's PB is only 565.
So he
Renault's
improved
is,
by what?
35.
Like half a meter.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So Renault can like flirt with like 7.6.
Does anyone know what the max speed of those skateboards are?
I don't know, but I would have been more impressed if he was actually having to like do it with his foot.
Yeah.
Well, he
Like
probably was maybe.
It's a motorized.
Oh,
right?
it's
It's motorized.
Yeah, like when I first saw it, I thought, oh man, is he actually like putting his foot down?
Oh,
As he
no.
went? That would be incredible.
No.
But Baptiste Bourire, like you actually were the winner.
you know what we need to
named the
do?
winner?
When you put someone on water skis behind a boat.
And then
and
into a
then-
vault box.
And then vault.
I mean, Renault,
epic.
Renault, if you're listening,
We should do that
Yeah,
this
if you're
summer.
tuning in,
Come to Texas.
you know what to do.
the other thing you might have missed, Mary Kane ran her first race in
Yeah.
Well, she
over
didn't
2
run it.
years. Well, started her first
She
race.
did.
She started
in 2
her first
years
race.
in Cork, in Ireland. Jumped in a fast 3,000. You see her there second from left. Ended up, I don't actually know when she dropped out. It was tough to see because she had fallen off the pack after about
2 laps. Yeah.
800, she dropped back.
Did you catch her 800 split?
No, I mean,
No,
they were
she's off the screen.
They were going out basically at 9 flat pace.
Yeah.
So she was somewhere back of that. You know, her personal best is just under that. So the pace went out quick. Emily Sisson was not messing around, but the upshot there was Kane falling off early, and then ultimately we had to scroll through the results to see that she had DNF'd.
What do you think about Kane? Does she have do you still believe that she can get back to anything of her former self?
Yeah, actually, we were talking about this yesterday a little bit. I just think that she's had a tumultuous, last several years. What with having to move back, and then all the drama going on with Alberto, having to go to college, and I just think that if she could get focused and have more consistent training with like a really strong coach who can give her more attention in person, hopefully she can make it back. But it's going to be a long haul. I mean, she hasn't been looking anything like her former self for quite a long time. So. But yeah, I think with the right amount of focus and the right coaching, it's possible. I mean, she's still talented.
Yeah. Jenny and I were talking about this yesterday. If you just throw out 13 and 14, right? She was sensational those years. 15 and 16 was when she started to backslide a little bit. But those would have been, if I'm not mistaken, in her freshman year in college and her sophomore year in college. And she still made the U.S. finals in both, right? And then she made the final of the Olympic trials.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, so even in the bad years that she had, you're still talking about a freshman in college making the women's 1,500 meter final in back-to-back years. So that alone would have been a spectacular accomplishment. 800 and 1,500, I don't see her getting back. I think the path forward for her would probably be a new event. I think that would be helpful anyway because then she's not racing her old PRs and things like that. Perhaps moving up to the 10,000 or something longer.
Oh, Mary Kane 10,000.
I mean,
Hey,
eventually.
Jordan,
I
are you
think
just making
she'll be
11?
more like 3,000, 5,000, just to start, and then.
Well, I mean, yeah, long term, if she wants to continue.
Are you already saying she's entered in the 2020 Boston Marathon? Is that what you're saying right now?
I'm going to break this here live. No, I mean, because if she wants to continue running at a high level, she's still super duper young. I mean, she could, shut it down for a while and then come back and still have a career. We see women in the half marathon and the marathon, and men, doing it later on in their career. There's nothing to say she has to stick with this distance, but the idea that, she's going to, break 4, not like Alberto once said she was going to do, that seems like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. If I was a betting
But she's still
man,
so young.
I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong.
That's
but
the only
it's
thing that's
trending
holding
wrong.
me. She's still so young. But anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead, Gordon.
I don't think she's going to ever get back to 2013 form.
Yeah, no, in any event.
In any event.
I mean, most people aren't. Most people are never going to get back to 10th best in the world.
Yeah,
she
sure.
just happened to do it when she was a high school
17,
junior.
18, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think she should just be walk out and be like, I did something awesome, and be just proud of the
Dude, yeah.
past 5 years.
if her career ended today, or if her
Yeah.
career ended 2 years ago, it's still crazy. Who gets? I mean, that's lightning in a bottle right there. It's amazing.
It's interesting though that how the human brain works. Whenever you become
It is interesting.
I try not to laugh.
Speed into a bar.
We always we change
No.
our expectations on ourselves as we progress.
Yeah.
You
Do you want to talk to the camera on this
yeah,
one?
it's just
Monologue.
once you win one, you
There
feel
you
like
go.
you feel like a disappointment if you don't win a second. Once
Sure.
you win 2, you're disappointed you don't win 3. But if you win 0, it's not a disappointment if you don't win 3. You know,
Right.
so
Well, that's why I was saying, if you do a complete reset, right, and then when she's 26 or 27, she's like, I want to try a marathon. Maybe her skill set and her fit, that doesn't lead to the marathon. But at the very least, she wouldn't be competing against herself. And she wouldn't be competing against, I used to run low 4s, or, I used to beat this person.
We were talking about this yesterday too, but just mentally, that has to do a number on you. Just chasing these old PRs from quite a while ago.
I mean, I'm still chasing my old PR.
And I was,
Aren't we all, Gordon?
There we are.
I was very, bullish on the idea of her skipping college.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea. And I still think it's a good idea. I think her trajectory would have been the same regardless. It might have been a little worse in the college system. But what's very clear to me is maybe not the setting that she had.
Yeah, we agreed on that.
Because what she went from is competing in high school where, oh man, it's fun, this is awesome, I got my friends, all that stuff, to literally the most serious professional running group
Yes.
that's available in the world, right? There was no in between there. So that had to be hugely difficult. But I still think, look, monetarily makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Performance-wise,
Yeah, I
it
think
makes sense
it
too.
would have been more prudent. It would have been more prudent for her to pick a different training group. For
It'd
sure.
have been tough. If she went to college, my argument at the time was the expectations are going to be higher on you
Yeah.
because you're never going to be expected to lose. Where if you do a pro schedule, you can run in diamond leagues where
And
the
lose.
yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But like going into the college setting, it would have been like, oh, you need to win every single week. So I still think that was the right decision. I mean, finances aside or not, but
You know, we need to rapid fire this final F segment.
okay.
What's the next?
Christian
Oh, I have
Schweizer,
3 more things.
Sean McGorty, personal bests in Belgium. Schweizer 4:06. That's even better than her mile converted that she ran at Milrose. Sean McGorty 3:36. His old personal best was 3:40. So
Man.
Sean McGorty picking a good time to get hot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially contract year now. So it's contract year.
Contract year. It's not an expiring 3-year deal. No more NBA terminology.
And then one more, you might miss it. My boy Emmanuel Courier
Oh gosh.
getting his massage down in Italy after running 44:53.
No pictures of him running. Just him getting ready.
I've been to that meet. It's a fun meet. It's a good
Which meet is that?
Lignano.
Okay.
In Italy.
44:53.
The track is right next to a water park.
Why doesn't he do the 4.8 double in 2019?
Dude, I don't know. I just know
to him.
Kenya needs to get their SHIT together.
He could be the
And
next Alberto
Can we-
Monterrey.
They
Can
need to put
bleep
their
that out
they need to
retroactively?
put together a 4x4 with their 800-meter runners and
Yeah. Get Rudisha
medal.
back for one last run at the 4x4. All right, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Stay tuned to the site. Got a Monaco preview talking
Yep.
about all the issues, all the top races and athletes that we mentioned here. Also London as well this weekend. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. We'll see you next week.
King of the North, Kawhi Leonard.
Stop.
What?